Hello everybody, welcome back to another LEGO City Update. Jordan here. Today we're going to be placing the LEGO rebrickable model known as the Haunted Manor in the LEGO City. And I won't lie, this is going to prove challenging because this thing is pretty big. You can see it sits on a 48 by 48 gray base plate here, and it's sort of an awkward shape. It's almost like an inverted corner hybrid. We've got some ideas on how to place this thing in the LEGO City, but it's proving to be somewhat of a dilemma. Now, we realize that the best place to put the Haunted Manor would, of course, be in the amusement park because it's inspired by Disney's Haunted Mansion. However, it is pretty big and the amusement park is pretty large already, and it's also very full at the moment. So we don't think there's a way that we can make that happen with this layout that we recently worked so hard on. So for sure we have ruled out the amusement park, even though we know it should go here. Now, one spot in the LEGO room that we've recently been working on is the residential area. And we actually made a spot that would accommodate the Haunted Manor. However, we thought originally that this would look really good as an inverted corner. And it just turns out that it's not really an inverted corner, it is a corner building. So this is where we placed Home Alone. And then we have the Simpsons house. And we left this 48 by 48 plot right over here for the Haunted Manor. It actually looks fairly decent there. And if it was an inverted corner, it would look pretty much perfect. We're not sure how we feel about that. It looks decent, but just not sure if it's the best fit. Now, one other thing that we could do is actually slide over the Simpsons house, slide over Home Alone, and we could put it right here. Because that would sort of make sense. It'd be a nice corner spot here, and then we'd have Home Alone and the Simpsons, and it looked pretty good there, I think. The issue is the Haunted Manor, as we know, is an open back. So when you look from this angle here, you see the open back of the Haunted Manor. And we're trying to conceal that. Even if we moved it over here, you would still see the open back facing us right now. Now, we were also thinking of potentially putting it over here by the cemetery and across the street from the other haunted house. So it's sort of like a haunted corner. I just don't think that's going to work either because it's a pretty tall building and it has an open back, and we're trying to make a beautiful farm here. So the issue is if we put it here, sort of branching out onto the farm, make it work in there somehow, maybe coming onto the sidewalk a little bit, when we get this beautiful farm made, it's just going to be photobombed by the open back of the Haunted Manor. So we don't think that's going to work either. So it's just proving to be very difficult to place in the LEGO City. It's a beautiful model, but it's got a massive footprint. Of course, if our LEGO City wasn't as full as it already is, then this would be no problem. You'd be able to work it into anywhere in the downtown core here. And that's eventually what we want to do, is work it into the downtown core and pair it up with some modular buildings, because it actually would look really good with modular buildings. However, the issue is our modular building lines here are 2 base plates wide. So for example, if we were to put it on the corner here across from the amusement park, that would look really snazzy. But it would take up a base plate and a half this way, and also a base plate and a half this way. So where the costume shop is, and also the custom bakery. That would look pretty good. It would make sense because it would be across from the amusement park, right? I feel that. That's good. But the issue is we'd have to move 1, 2, 3, almost 4 modular buildings to make that happen. And also we would have to build some sort of custom half base plate corner to cover up the one side of it. And then of course we could just run our modular buildings going that way and that way. We would like to do that eventually, but we know that we're going to have to redo this whole downtown core anyway, right away, because you know what happens on January 1st? Well, of course, we get a new modular building. So when we get that new modular building, we'll probably better fit the Haunted Manor here in the downtown core with other modular buildings. Now another spot that we could put it is over here on Pop Culture Street, way over there by the Avengers Tower. I was thinking that we could probably reconfigure this block here with the alternate model of the pet shop, Peter Parker's apartment, and the pizza place, this dog park that's sort of tucked in here beside the Quickie Mart, and we could sort of make it work in here almost like a inverted style corner and sort of conceal the back of it because it would be facing right here where the hospital is. I think that would look pretty cool. Might be worth test fitting, but then once again, we've got to decide where to move this building and also the Quickie Mart, and decide if we want to put the Quickie Mart, I don't know, in like the residential area. That might look decent beside the Simpsons house, but doesn't really fit the vibe of that area. I'd rather have the Quickie Mart on Pop Culture Street. So then we got thinking to ourselves, what about over here? We've got some space here that we can actually work with. And this was another spot that we intended to place it. As you can see, there's actually a 48 by 48 gray base plate right here. The issue is this is 32 studs, then we have a train track here. So if you go 48 studs, which is the width of the Haunted Manor, it's going to come onto the sidewalk here. And it won't really fit in this sort of arrangement right here. So we're going to have to make some alterations to try and make it fit here too. So as you can see, placing this thing is a dilemma. Now we do have a lot of open space there, so I think that's where we're going to try and place it. We're going to move those townhouses, maybe that Lego store, maybe shuffle this whole row of buildings, the skyscrapers, over, because you can see we've actually got one base plate open right there beside the custom train station. And if we move all of that stuff over, we're going to have even more space over here to try and integrate the Haunted Manor. Just for fun, I decided to test fit it right here. Honestly, I think I preferred it in the other corner where the Simpsons house now is. Or even turned this way, it's not bad. Definitely better than what we just had. And what we could do is actually use more green plates and add more detail to the exterior, such as like the fence and stuff like that, all along here to sort of blend it in. If we decide to place it on this large open space here beside the McAllisters and Simpsons house, I think that would maybe be the best solution. Let me know what you think by commenting below. I think I'm liking this solution right here. After sliding over those buildings, I placed it in this corner spot right here. And it seems to have enough breathing room. It's not coming too far out onto the road there. However, I'm not sure if I like these townhouses right there. They sort of look ugly. Their barren sidewall there just isn't very attractive. It would be better to have the Haunted Manor in that corner spot there. The issue is you can see how far out on the road it comes right there. The courtyard would come right along the edge of the road, and it would actually eliminate the sidewalk right there. But it might not look too bad because it'd be in a corner, so we could just get rid of the sidewalk and just have it floating, sort of almost coming out onto the road. And then we could maybe put those townhouses beside the open back portion of it and sort of cover it up. So essentially you would move this over into that corner spot there. This will actually come out onto the sidewalk. Ooh, almost onto the road. I don't know how I feel about that. Jeepers, because we can't really move it any further back. Maybe it can come onto this train plate a little bit and we can remove the fence. Oh, I don't know though. I think it would look better in that corner. And then of course we would move these buildings here and they'd go up against the side of the Haunted Manor. I wouldn't want to live there, but like, I think it'll look better if we do that. I might have to peel away all these tiles and move that traffic light and see what it looks like there in that corner. So as you all know, we didn't end up putting it in the amusement park, but oh my gosh, I think this actually worked out perfectly. We found the solution. It's perfect. It's right there in the corner adjacent to the amusement park. And look at that. There's a spooky ghost, a couple trick-or-treaters, and somebody getting scared. Ah! It's perfect. It's right there in the corner. And then, of course, we moved those townhouses just right beside it there. And there's actually a little bit of an open spot there as well. Ah! Ah, there he is. He's actually frightened. He's got the right facial expression as well. But yeah, we moved the townhouses right here beside the Lego store. And then this whole row of buildings is filled up here. Don't mind my train track. I got to fix all that up. But we also have an open spot right here. We just stuck this little bus station here for now. But there is a 16 by 32 plate open there, or we can stick some sort of inverted corner in there. And as you can see, there's the open back of the Haunted Manor, but it's actually pretty cool because people going on the roller coaster will be able to see the stretching portraits. Spooky. So yeah, it makes sense to have the open back facing this way because you don't really see it from most angles in the Lego room, and I think it looks awesome just right there in the corner. From this perspective, it looks amazing. It adds some nice height to that corner there, some good color contrast, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. I think it took a long time, but we finally found the perfect spot for the Haunted Manor in this current LEGO City layout. So there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the placing of the Haunted Manor in this LEGO City update. Let us know what you think of it by commenting below. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Thanks for popping by. Have a great one.